Hello, is this Doggercobbler Incorporated? Ah, good. Roses are red, violets are blue, and I just wanted to say this to you. Your character animation is rad, and I am really glad. So I just wanted to say that I love you. So please make Nozaki-kun Season 2. Mikagura School Suite is an action supernatural series based on a light novel series by the musicians Last Note. The anime, however, was produced by Doggercobbler, known for their work on Yuru Yuri, Majestic Prince, and Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. But without further ado, I present the anime review of Mikagura School Suite. Remember this? This was Makaku City Actors, a 2014 series by Studio Shaft, based on a light novel by the Kagura Project producer, Jin, who I actually think is currently homeless because he forgot to rent a new place. He's a weird guy. But as I mentioned in my first impressions video last year, it actually started out as his Vocaloid project, and that just so happens to be the same legacy that Mikagura School Suite leads, and it's certainly a rare case. In this story, we follow Erina Ichinomiya as she enters the anime equivalent of Hogwarts, a school where students develop powers based on what club they're in. Right off the bat, it's a fun premise. Battles, superpowers, school clubs, Yuri. Yeah, Yuri, it's 2015. Who do you think we are? Within this world of Mikagura Academy, Erina must fight for the approval of the student council president Seisa, who has bottled herself up within her mansion after a betrayal in the past. It offers a stark contrast to the school itself, which is shown to be full of excitement and spectacle. It offers a message on how we should always try to enjoy games between friends and to never take it too seriously. It's a nice message, but it does ultimately feel lackluster, and I'm constantly crying out for there to be more of it. Thankfully, this message doesn't take prevalence until later on, and what we get instead is a story of Erina essentially bringing people together and experiencing the best of what this school has to offer. Yeah, their club battles are cool. Very cool, and the world mechanics and light-hearted nature make these moments a great watch and help us connect to the characters as we learn more about them. Flashbacks arise to revisit conflict, and these battles help resolve them, although I can't help feeling that they're just implemented to give the battles some sort of meaning, as they don't tie into the show itself, and in some cases aren't even mentioned out loud. And that's my primary issue with Mikagura School Suite. It's a bit of a mess. Character conflicts, plot progression, and the final climax with Seisa, none of them seem to connect together in any meaningful way, and Erina isn't used as an effective protagonist to explore the ideas that these conflicts brought up. There's just too much going on, and as much as I love the world, it really can't contain it. For a short show, Mikagura features a fairly large cast, with various characters coming into play throughout and accompanying Erina on her exploits. Various clubs are represented throughout with rivalries and competition arising between them, and they are all brought together by Erina's enthusiasm and attitude to the world, which fits so well within Mikagura Academy and the ideas of the show. She's hyperactive, funny, and while she ultimately lacks depth as a character, it's not at all a problem, as it's the rest of the cast that provides those deeper characteristics in contrast. Characters like Yuto and Kyoma feature these harsh backstories of betrayal and trauma, tying back into the primary plotline, creating intrigue and internal drama. But that's just it. The drama is mostly internal to avoid distracting from the very similar Seisa-centric narrative when it could have created those connections that I was looking for. And honestly, this is an issue with the source material overall. Because of the nature of telling a story through a song, linear narrative isn't something that can be reasonably achieved, and instead we get smaller stories that tie together in some way to reach a conclusive ending. but putting that into a light novel is another issue, as we're pushing a non-linear narrative into a format where you kind of need to keep on a single track. But that's the inherent issue with adaptations. We have so many character plotlines and hints at something deeper that there was no way Mikagura School Suite could have covered them all while still being able to execute a meaningful climax and resolution. It will probably never get a second season, and the writers were painfully aware of this, introducing each and every character within this short 12-episode span.
Hello?
Late night watching television, but how'd we get in this position? It's way too soon, I know this isn't love. But I need to tell you something. I really like you!
Sir, we told you to stop calling us.
Hey, wait. Oh, damn. Anyways, as I mentioned in my review of Plastic Memories, Doga Kobo have been on a roll these past few years with highly produced comedy series and exceptional animation production, particularly when it comes to hair. When the promotional video for the third season of Yuru Yuri was released just last week, it was obvious that this wasn't a Doga Kobo work due to the lack of detail within the follow-through animation. But putting Ichijinsha's terrible decision making aside, it does show Doga Kobo's noticeable attention to detail and quality. However, as great as they may have been in recent history, and how much I truly love what they do with their shows, they may have taken on too much within this spring season. With both Plastic Memories and Himoto Amaru-chan looking fantastic, Mikagura School Suite does take some drops in quality at parts within the series. It definitely has its standout scenes, but it doesn't have the overall consistency that the two aforementioned shows boast, and there are cuts where it just doesn't feel fluid, with various shortcuts being used. It still does rise above the animation quality of your average show, but it does seem to be a letdown from what is increasingly becoming my favourite animation studio. But the real issue here isn't the quality, it's the design. Don't get me wrong, the character designs within the show are great and really work to create an idea that this is a really bright, flashy and eccentric sort of place, but when you're trying to establish the world like that, it doesn't work when every other character is coloured in plain white. It ultimately feels empty and lifeless due to the contrast in design detail and colour, which is the exact opposite of the desired effect. Mikagura School Suite is by no means a bad show, but it lacks those particular elements that could really make it great. It hasn't been adapted effectively for the anime medium, and it fails to tell a consistent narrative without branching out onto other character arcs spontaneously. It's a product made for the fans of the pre-existing material, and there will be a lot for them to love, with most characters being given significant screen time, cameos in the background, and adaptations of some Vocaloid tracks making an appearance. It definitely has a strong start and was one of my favourite shows of the season during the first few episodes, and it definitely does have value. It's just not any sort of consistent value, and my interest waned as it went on. An original story within this world from a talented writer could have gone a very long way, and it is disappointing that it couldn't be something more. But for what it is, it's good. Not great, but not mediocre. It's just good. Mikagura School Suite is available to watch on Funimation, Viewstar and Anime Lab, depending on what part of the world you live in. Thanks for watching The Caniper Effect. Now how about that summer anime? Let's dive in next time with a Vital 3 review of Ranpo Katan, Game of Laplace.